Ultimate Iron Man did not suck.
Hey, welcome everybody.
Welcome to
Part 2 of the last podcast. Hold on one sec, Adam. You're loud.
All right.
Try again.
Okay.
Hi.
Okay. Ultimate Iron Man didn't suck. I let Jeff borrow Ultimate Iron
Man,
the first trade back,
which was written by
Orson Scott Card.
who I know his son.
Who cares about his? If Orson Scott Card's son is listening, I'm not saying anything bad about you, but who gives a shit about him? It's Orson Scott Card.
Who?
Orson friggin' Scott Card.
What did he write again?
He wrote Ender's Game.
Which? See how easy it is to push his buttons, everybody? This is really fun.
Look.
This is really fun.
I let Jeff borrow Ultimate Iron Man.
Ultimate Iron Man.
He read it. He hated it.
Because it was a shitty comic.
It was not a shitty Oh, I hate you.
It was so bad.
It was good.
Okay, so here, let me explain my feelings.
Yeah, you explain.
Okay. It was a good story arc.
Mm-hmm.
Like the overarching themes, the way Tony Stark's, or not Tony Stark's wife, it's his dad's wife. His dad's wife plays into it. It's kind of good, but the dialogue was just so rudimentary. Like it was written for like a 5th grader, which it may have been like meant to be approachable by everyone.
I didn't.
But they explained shit that just didn't need to be explained. Like
what?
I am sleeping with you for your shares, ha ha ha. I'm like, I figured that when you married him and then left him. Sorry.
Whatever.
Innuendo is a little beyond Orson Scott Card, apparently.
I'm sorry the award-winning comic book didn't impress you.
No, it was good. I
impressed
enjoyed
everybody else.
I have better.
Everybody else.
I have better award-winning comic books.
Yeah,
better.
Yeah. I'm not. I never said it was the best comic book on earth. But you not liking it, you're the first person who's ever read it that I've talked to who didn't like it.
I didn't.
The first thing you said to me when I came in today, I hated.
That was just to pick a fight with you.
Yeah, it's
Mission accomplished.
It's a good
Mission
book.
accomplished.
It's a good book.
Mission accomplished.
What other comics?
It was
are you
good,
reading, Jeff?
not great.
Fine. We're not talking about it. We're not talking about the fact that you're an idiot. Anybody out there, please read Ultimate Iron Man. It's really good. What else are you reading, Jeff?
You want to read this?
Captain America: Winter Soldier.
Yes,
the Ultimate
Captain America,
Collection.
Winter Soldier. I bought a Captain America book because everyone's telling me, "Oh, Captain America's so badass." Now, this book did not convince me of that, but the book was freaking awesome.
Yeah.
The storyline in the book was good. It was about how Captain America kind of comes back to life, and Bucky Barnes. You know Bucky Barnes?
Yeah, Bucky, his original sidekick.
What's the deal with Bucky? Where's Bucky? What happened to Bucky?
Mm-hmm.
And what happened to some of the other characters?
And what did happen to Bucky?
And I don't want to ruin it. It's actually really good. I don't want to say it's detective novel sort of. Like it's stuff that's revealed over time. Outstanding.
Yeah. Well,
outstanding.
I haven't read it. But I know of the arc. I know what happened to Bucky. I know these things. But Jeff's going to let me borrow it. I'm really looking forward to reading it because it's been a while since I've read a good Captain America arc.
Yes.
You know?
This is old. It's not that old, but
and I'd also like to remind anybody listening to the podcast, I would love suggestions of graphic novels.
Now, people have sent us manga, and people have asked why we don't read manga.
Okay.
I'll say the reason I don't read manga is I have too much crap to do anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't have time. Like, I don't play half the games I want to play. I don't read half the comics I want to read. So manga is just one more thing for me to do half-assed.
Yeah. I don't read manga because, to be quite honest, I have a superhero boner, Like, I get a huge nerd chub over anything involving superheroes. I've read the majority of novels about superheroes, not like a Batman or an Iron Man novel. I won't read those. But, like Soon I Will Be Invincible.
Did you like Unbreakable?
I loved Unbreakable.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
It's the only M. Night Shyamalan movie I like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love superheroes, and mangas don't. They I guess they have heroes, but they're not superheroes.
It's not quite the same.
It's not the same.
Yeah,
and I really need superheroes.
So you probably won't hear us talking manga much.
Yeah,
unless it happens to be a cartoon that kind of ties into manga, like a Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z.
Pokemon, maybe.
Probably
not much, but I've seen it.
Yeah.
Digimon I've watched a couple times.
Yeah. I've read a little bit of One Piece and a little bit of Naruto. It's just they're really long, you know, because like a comic book, you can pick up a comic book halfway and get it. A manga, if you pick up number 38 of a manga
lost.
Series, it's just like, haha, now I have the golden fleece and you will attack me like I did it to your sister. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? Who are these people? Why are they talking to each other? It's just too difficult for me.
You're just saying that they rely too much on having read all of
the manga. Yeah.
That's hard. I feel that way sometimes with the graphic novels, but usually if you get the trade paperbacks, they're pretty self-contained, and they try to do get the first issue of whatever story arc.
Yeah.
Even though you may not know Captain America's powers, if you've never read a Captain America book, you at least are introduced to
the situation
and what's going on.
And eventually, usually in every graphic novel, at some point they tell you. They give you a reminder of what these people's powers are.
It's a little annoying.
What their backstory is.
Remember, I can throw a shield.
Yeah. Oh, well, I have a psychic connection to my shield, so I manipulate its movement. That's why it always comes back to me. Okay, thanks for saying that.
I'm going to read one talk bubble from this Captain America book, and this is going to blow your mind. Are you ready?
Is it kind of pornographic?
Here, you can decide.
Okay.
It is. Just like that phone tip calling in the Skull's body. That was intense. That was some intense shit right there.
You just opened a random page. You didn't even.
No, I didn't screen that at all. No, that was pretty awesome.
You probably should have looked through that a little bit. Found a better one.
No, the first speech bubble on that page I saw said, "What do you want me to do?"
No, that's.
Now that's kind of sexy.
Yeah.
And what do I want you to do?
So, well, did that convert you at all to Captain America? The Winter Soldier.
That made me reminded me that Marvel has some good comics.
Yeah.
Now, this was a New York Comic-Con purchase because I had brought... What the hell did I bring? Oh, the rest of the Green Lantern Sinestro Corps. The two I tried to give you and you said no. But they were the comics to the Blackest Night.
Yeah, Preludes to Blackest Night.
There's like 15 of them and they're in no particular order, so it's really fucking confusing. It's the one thing I don't like about how DC does their shit. They just name them a random name, and then you kind of got to figure out which one goes where in the chain.
Marvel does the same thing. I really want to read the Civil War saga.
Yeah.
I don't know where the friggin' am I supposed to start, because I'm looking for one that's just like Civil War #1.
Exactly. But that's why I liked it. The Amazing Spider-Man. Now, it's a giant story arc. They don't tell you what the story arc is because, well...
What's the name of the Amazing Spider-Man? It should say it on the side.
It's called The Amazing Spider-Man Ultimate Collection.
Okay.
It's nothing, right? But it says Volume 1. That's the key. You go in the comic store, they're all sitting on end, and you're like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I should start with 1.
Yeah, DC doesn't do that as much.
Bastards.
Usually, you know.
But anyway, Amazing Spider-Man was good. That was J. Michael Straczynski. He was the guy behind Babylon 5. This is a good story arc, too, about reimagining of Peter Parker's early days of Spider-Man. Very good. I'm on book 1. Just finished it.
That's pretty cool. Comic books I've been reading. Okay, well, we've talked about this. The Exiles. Do you remember the Exiles, Jeff? It's like the X-Men / Sliders.
No.
Okay, well, they're the X-Men. They go to different dimensions, different Earths.
Sounds like Sliders.
Yeah, that's why. I hate you. So anyway, I really like the Exiles. All right, because the way I look at it is, it's kind of like What If. You know, you go to all these different planets, and it's like, what if Magneto killed Charles Xavier? And I get to see what that world's like.
But they had those.
Yeah, they had what ifs.
But they were called like what ifs.
What ifs? Yeah, that's why I said what ifs.
No, but I thought you were just saying it's kind of like a what if scenario, not like it's like the what if.
No, it's like the what if comic books, but
which were great.
An overall arc.
I remember loving those things.
Yeah, with these, instead of having that giant bald Watcher as the thing connecting them all, there's a group of superheroes that are in each of these places. It's nice. Point is,
drink.
I just got to the last one, number 16. This is the most disappointing comic book purchase I have ever made.
Are they normal? They're not trade paperbacks.
No, they're trade backs.
So you bought 16 of these freaking things?
I didn't. I bought like 1 through 4, and then I skipped up to like 8, up to 16.
So you bought like 10 of them?
Yeah. I really like them.
Or 12.
And on Amazon, you can get them for like $3.
Ooh.
So, I mean, it's $3
Adam
plus
figured out how to buy things on Amazon.
Yeah. I buy a lot on Amazon now because I can find things really cheap. Because I don't care if it's beat up.
Yeah.
So I buy it used.
I do. I'm weird like that.
Yeah. But, like, they're introducing new characters. Like, there's a new Exiles group coming in. They don't tell me where these people come from. Just all of a sudden, in the last comic book, it's like, oh, and there's Mystique, and Mystique's a man for some reason. It's like, okay, but why isn't this in my frigging arc? I have all the comic books. You've never introduced this character.
You don't. You skipped, like, 5 through 9 or whatever.
Yeah, okay. So, basically, you're telling me that maybe they introduced Mystique, I don't know, 5 years earlier? Because
sure.
That's how far it goes back. Okay, well, that's stupid, too.
I'm just playing devil's advocate. Playing devil's advocate?
I know you're playing devil's advocate, but this was one of the most disappointing purchases ever. They just throw characters out. Some characters come back to life for no explicable reason. They just come back. People leave for no reason, and then you're left with a group of people who you don't understand why they're there. The only one that they mentioned why they came was Rogue. It was infuriating because I really liked the comic up until the last 4 or 5 issues. It's really disappointing.
That does kind of suck.
It does because it kind of like it's like making me a nice big birthday cake and then taking a shit right on top of it right before I'm about done. Because I eat a whole birthday cake. Anyway.
You reminded me of something.
What?
It had nothing to do with what you were just talking about, but it just popped into my head.
Mm-hmm.
You know how you turned me on to Venture Brothers?
Yeah.
So in the New York Comic Con videos, there's the 2 Venture Brothers cosplayers, the 21 and Molotov cocktease.
Yeah.
Everyone was harassing the Bumblebee guy, as they would call him, the bee guy.
He's
21.
He's a butterfly.
Whatever, but they were harassing him because he was doing the voice perfectly. Like he was and they're like, haha, his voice keeps cracking. What a loser. I'm like, no, that's a good cosplayer right there.
Yeah,
but it just proves that not a lot of people watch Venture Brothers.
That's sad because Venture Brothers is
That's
great.
What I said, because after you turned me on to them, I'm like, you need to go watch Venture Brothers. You will thank me for it later.
The new season's out right now, Sunday nights, 11:30.
I'm still like 2 seasons behind.
Yeah, it's still good. Actually, you have to kind of watch all the seasons to get to where they are now, because it gives away a lot of stuff that happens.
Yeah, but you could just enter in, and it's still ridiculously stupidly funny.
Definitely. But if you started from the beginning, I'd watch all the way through.
Yeah, well, I'm going to. Yeah. I just got delayed with the vacation and everything.
Okay. Other comic I'm reading that was actually a surprising little thrill. I found. I always like the Thunderbolts, right? And I saw.
No.
You don't know Thunderbolts?
Oh, and I guarantee you no one else does.
Maybe
Marvel, 2 other people.
Marvel comic. It's a team of supervillains who say that they're trying to reform and become a superhero team. Right? Green Goblin, Venom, Bullseye are in it. Anyway, there's the new Thunderbolts. I found that, and I decided to give it a whirl, even though they have nobody in this friggin' team. Like, the biggest names in the team are Songbird and Radioactive Man. And you probably don't know who either of those people are.
No, I'm staring blankly.
Right. Oh, there's also the Beetle. Do you remember him?
Oh, I remember the Beetle, actually.
There you go, the Beetle's in it, right?
Yeah.
It's B-list.
Which one, Ringo or?
No, oh, God. Anyway, point is, incredible comic book. The new Thunderbolts is amazing. It's really interesting because these guys actually seem to be trying to reform and failing. So it makes it really interesting because the old Thunderbolts, these people didn't want to be superheroes.
No, they were just kind of, they had motives.
Yeah, they had ulterior motives.
Yeah.
Whereas these guys kind of want to reform, but a lot of them are genuinely bad people, which makes it really interesting. I definitely recommend New Thunderbolts Volume 1 and 2. Really, really entertaining read. I'm having a great time. It's not gonna change your world.
Oh,
but you'll have to change your pants. Hello.
It just did.
Yeah, and then besides that, I've been reading
Changed.
Age of Apocalypse.
Is that a comic book?
Yep. It's X-Men Age of Apocalypse. It's old
school.
You
didn't preface it with the name of the frickin'...
Well, because you were busy interrupting me, so I've decided to fuck with
you. You started saying Age of Apocalypse before I even started interrupting.
No, you've been interrupting me for about 5 minutes. You keep interrupting me.
What?
Whenever you get bored with what I'm saying, you interrupt me or you gaze off. People can't see it. He just gazes off into space. He yawns a lot, burps, or interrupts me with things.
Or I watch the audio.
Yeah, whereas when he's saying boring things, which is most of the time, I try and put in my 2 cents.
I don't care if you're listening.
Yeah, but you should care because we're trying to make a dialogue. That's the thing we do.
I'm trying to let you talk, so I don't have to talk as much.
See, yeah, no, that's not what you're supposed to do. We're supposed to.
And then when I feel the audience is getting bored, I try to rescue them by interrupting you.
No. See, what you should be doing is partaking in the conversation. Then it would be less boring.
Oh, kind of like radio.
Kind of like what I do.
I don't listen.
I know you don't listen.
We've
to
already
when
established that. So how are we going to get past this barrier?
I think you just have to try and be more. You should start listening to me and try and be more like me. So,
but I don't
want to.
I don't want to shave.
You should eat more and fill out the rest of the beard. No more goatee for you.
Yeah, I don't want to be that fat.
Hey, I'm sorry, buddy.
Shit.
Want in one
hand.
It's
gonna suck.
And shit in the other. See which fills up first.
I think the hand with the potato chips is gonna win.
How did you know I have potato chips in my hand?
Because you're fat. See, this is how this ties in.
They're not actually in my hand. They're in my pocket.
Speaking of fat, before you get to X-Men, I had some really good food back in Philly.
All right, let's talk about the food in Philly.
I just missed the street food. The squishy pretzels. I don't care if you fucking listen. The little squishy pretzels and the hot dogs in New York. And you got a belch. You forget. That was a fart, but I'll take that. And have a good time.
Hot dog in New York?
I don't really care. See, this is the
difference.
You're
getting annoyed after like 30 seconds. No, you started to get annoyed.
Adam doesn't even... he gets really upset. I'm like, whatever, you're interrupting me.
Yeah, you stopped on what you were talking about.
No, you just...
We can talk about
No,
street
really,
vendors.
All I had to talk about was squishy pretzels and the hot dogs. That was it.
Well, I would have hoped that you'd go a little further than that.
If you ever go to Philly, you need to have the squishy pretzels.
What the fuck is the difference between the pretzels there and the pretzels in any other city at a street vendor?
You've never seen those little... They're like figure eights. They're not like the full twists.
That's an infinity symbol, buddy.
Kind of, except it's squished. And they come in rows. They come in sheets. And it's the water, I think, that makes them different. But they taste amazing. The water in
Philadelphia.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not eating those pretzels.
They don't come from Philly. They come from the suburbs.
I don't know if it's the Philly water that's doing it. I'm pretty sure even people in Philadelphia don't drink the water. I'm pretty sure nobody drinks water in Philly.
I do all the time.
Yeah, let's look at you. There's been
but you need to eat the pretzels. They're fucking awesome.
Yeah.
From the street vendors.
I don't really trust street vendor food that much. I don't.
You're stupid because it's some of the best food ever.
That's what people say. I don't think it's
taco trucks.
I don't think it's the dirtiness issue. I don't like walking down the street eating something or having to sit on the street.
Taco trucks.
I don't go to
taco trucks.
I don't go to taco trucks.
Taco trucks are amazing, especially the one that's See, this is the best thing on the planet. Is the taco truck at the Best Buy. That combines two of my favorite things: the ability to buy video games and electronics.
That's the best thing on the planet.
And good fucking tacos.
You have had sex, haven't you? That's pretty good.
All right.
That's pretty.
I don't know if you've had sex with my wife, but
not today.
Yeah, it's taco truck.
Does your wife listen to the podcast?
Yes, she does.
You're gonna get it. You're gonna. And the sad thing is, this is gonna come out around the time you're on vacation with her.
No, it'll come out the Monday after. But
that'll be great.
She'll still be in L.A.
Oh well, there you go.
Yeah.
So she'll have time to brood.
Yeah, she'll call me.
Good luck.
I don't care. Lock her out of the house.
Rather have a street burrito than intercourse with your wife.
2 tacos.
Really, you're not even going for the burrito. You're getting the shitty tacos.
2 for $2. Well,
you're saying the street vendor tacos are better than your wife's taco.
Yeah, because it's a fish taco. I don't like fish tacos.
That's hurtful.
I like chicken tacos.
You're gonna get in so much trouble.
Anyway, X-Men. Age
of Apocalypse. Oh, it's an old comic.
Wait, is it like the age of an apocalypse? Something's going to happen?
It's an alternate future where Apocalypse,
the character
Apocalypse, has taken over the world, and Charles Xavier's dead.
Huh. Sort of a what if.
Kind of a what if. It technically, I guess, it kind of really-ish happened. It was a whole summer arc. But
how did
Marvel.
Xavier come back? Because he's not dead forever.
I don't remember. I haven't gotten to the end. I'm only on number 2.
You need to let me know. Because when you said Apocalypse, my first thought was there was a guy named Apoca, and his lips were...
That was horrible, Jeff. That's
literally what popped into my head. You see me dazing off into space. It's partially because I'm so tired.
What are you so tired for? We're sitting in chairs.
I'm still recovering from the surgery and shit.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
That is the lamest, shittiest excuse ever.
I haven't been sleeping.
It's probably because you're not banging your wife. You need to do that.
Nah, street vendors.
I'm so full of tacos, I can't have sex. I'm sorry.
It's that green salsa that they put on the tacos.
How do you say?
Knocks me right out.
Salsa verde?
Yeah, salsa verde.
Or is it salsa verdad?
No, it's salsa verde. Salsa verdad would be true salsa.
True salsa?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or truth salsa.
I like truth salsa better.
Sometimes I tried to put that on a girl's drink, like truth salsa.
You don't want women to be honest with you, Jeff.
That's true. Wah, wah.
Have you been playing any new games?
Sort of.
Yeah.
The World of Warcraft 4.01 patch, also known as the Cataclysm patch.
Ooh.
Not quite the expansion, but all the gameplay changes that they were going to do came out, and it fucked everything.
Really?
They basically redid, I would say, 80% of the character classes, so they don't play the same at all.
Oh, really?
Like hunters used to use mana.
Uh-huh.
It used to cost a certain amount of mana to do everything you were doing. Now there's this focus meter, and it runs on a completely different system. Death Knights, they changed the way their runes work. They used to have 2 of each color, and they used to recharge simultaneously. If you did 2 red spells, they'd both be recharging. Now one waits to recharge until the other's done, so you can only have one recharging at a time. It all sounds stupid, but when you actually go into the game, you're like, this feels weird. Like, even my Shaman Healer, they just changed 2 spells, and it took me about an hour and a half just to figure out how the right way I was supposed to play it is. I still haven't figured it out entirely.
But, I mean, what do you foresee for these changes? I mean, are they good changes, or are they just going to continue
not
pissing
sure.
you off?
I mean, they do this all the time. Now, one can argue they should just leave the game alone, but then it'd be boring.
Yeah, I don't think you can't leave a game alone anymore.
So I'm kind of fine with them doing it. A lot of people get pissed off when their characters change and they don't do the DPS they used to do, or they can't one-shot kill things like they used to. But as long as I can still play and have fun, I kind of like the changes because it makes it different.
Yeah, it's a little different than the
exactly.
same thing.
And sure, I'm still pressing a key rotation, but maybe I have to stop in between these keys or do these 3 spells and then use these 2 in situations or whatever. But I heard Pallies. I don't have a Pally, but I heard Pallies, they reduced the number of keys that you actually... many Pallies had 3 or 4 action bars worth of spells, 40 spells that they would cycle through in rotations.
Spells.
And now that's 1 bar worth.
I hate Paladins.
You just hate them because they're holy.
Yeah, that was part of the thing. But I'm looking at it from a Dungeons and Dragons angle as opposed to World of Warcraft. Playing a Paladin was just the worst, and it's the worst when you had a Paladin in your team.
I'm starting to get bored.
I know. It's the worst when you had a Paladin in your team because you always had to trick them into doing shit.
Why? Because they were too righteous?
Yeah. It'd be like, oh, we have to break into this apartment.
We can't break into the apartment.
Okay, well, I think I hear a baby crying.
A baby in danger.
There you go. Fucking annoying.
How we...
That was good.
It's weird when I listen.
When you listen, it's a good conversation.
God.
You're getting it.
God.
Did you ever play... You didn't play Dungeons & Dragons at all.
That requires listening. The DM guy is like, man in a room, and then
you're just burping and making farting noises.
And I'm like, hey, did anyone see Ghostbusters on cable last night?
Ghostbusters was a good movie.
See, and then that would happen in the D&D session. and we'd maybe kill one monster. Now, I got in trouble. I told you this story. Well, so D&D I played a couple times with a group, but then it was the Star Wars RPG came out.
Okay.
And everyone's like, "Oh, let's try it, right? We'll buy the Dungeon Master's Handbook and we'll do a little campaign."
Is it really a Dungeon Master in Star Wars?
I forget what they call it. The story masturbator.
That sounds right.
The Lucas Sucker. I don't know.
Lucas Sucker. That was it. The
but
LC.
We're like, let's get that.
Spelled with a C.
So in the book, I don't know if they have the same type of character in D&D, but there's a mind control guy.
Yeah, psionics.
Yeah, it's basically the same thing, but you implant impressions in other people's heads.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
Exactly, but in Star Wars, it's more built into the universe because like Jedis, that's one of their primary powers, right? So I play one of those guys, and I just spec all like intelligent shit and buff that to the maximum. I can't really fight.
Yeah, intelligence, wisdom.
I got some lightsaber skills, but nothing other than brain power. Every time I would try to use that power, the DM, I'm going to call him a DM even though it wasn't, what would be like, he resists.
He didn't roll the die for it?
No, he would, but he resists. Like, I don't know if I think he was rolling the die mostly to make me feel good.
Yeah.
But really, like, he had no intention of me ever being able to use these powers.
I've had DMs like that.
So, I, at one point, so fucking frustrated with this asshole, we get in a scenario where we're supposed to get behind this heavily guarded door, and he clearly describes a thing where, like, oh, there's like an air chute over here. They might... He hints that there might be another way in. And there's 2 Gamorrean guards in front of this door, and I say I want to try to mind trick the Gamorrean guards and tell them that we have the authority to be here and that we're allowed in. And he goes, "You can't do that." And I said, Gamorrean guards are the dumbest fucking creatures in the Star Wars universe. Right?
They're the pig men, aren't they?
Yeah, they're the pig guys. Like,
that's sad, I know that.
Yeah, but they're dumb as shit.
They are.
That's their goal is just to stand there like big axe, hit.
They're the ones Luke Skywalker could trick even though he was only an apprentice.
Yes.
A 3-week apprentice.
Yeah, hadn't really been trained.
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, it doesn't work." I'm like, "Well, then I'll try the other one," because there are 2 of them, right? And he goes, "Oh, he's got higher resistance." And I'm like, "All right, fuck you." So I whip out my lightsaber and just run in. And then he's like, "Well, okay, so you guys all get surrounded by battle droids, and you're captured, and because you didn't act like a Jedi, you get imprisoned for 3 years." He basically kicked me out of the campaign, and that was my last role-playing game experience.
Well, so you had one shitty DM.
I had a shitty DM, but I've never... That was in Seattle. Down here, no one's ever played. And
well, yeah, I've never played with anybody in San Francisco.
So it just hasn't come up, but...
Yeah. That happens sometimes. You'd always have those DMs they'd have one guy that they'd be fucking with the whole time.
Well, it's not even that they're fucking with, but he didn't plan properly for like the mind trick guy, even though we spec'd all our characters out and then came back a few weeks later and started the campaign.
Well, yeah, I don't understand why it's such a problem where it's like, okay, so now you're going through and they're leading you through. There's still going to be other people in there, that are going to be like, hey, wait a minute, why are you guys in here? You're going to have to deal with other problems.
Yeah, but maybe we get past the giant cannon.
Yeah. But his whole thing was he wanted you to go through that fucking...
He wanted you to go... He had planned out a whole
DM.
scenario.
That's a shitty DM.
That's what I know.
Like that... Sorry. That guy sucks.
I
was much better.
I don't know about that.
I was a very good DM. You know why? Because I didn't plan a fucking thing. It was just all based on what's happening in the room. Like, all right, you're going down there? Okay, well, I guess we're going to have a
and his voice cracked like that, too, because
I was a kid.
13.
Yeah.
When was the last time you played D&D?
The last time I played D&D, about maybe 5 years ago in Japan. We had a D&D campaign there.
And you were not 13?
No.
But your voice was still cracking.
I was 28. I wasn't a DM.
Okay.
We had somebody else being the DM. What was my character? I was a thief who pretended to be an old man, but I was really 21 years old. It was kind of cool. I had a mystical gun that would talk to me in my head.
Did you ever cast Magic Missile?
Nope, he didn't. I wasn't a wizard. But I killed a god with the gun by mistake, and then the gun started taking over my...
How'd you kill a god with a gun?
Yeah.
It was Thor, wasn't it?
No, it turned out that the gun was actually there was a trapped demigod inside of it that was taking me over slowly.
Speaking of Thor...
Yeah. We weren't really.
No, gods, killing gods.
Okay, close enough.
Yeah. New York Comic Con, they gave, the free comics they have at the... So they had a Thor comic at the DC booth.
No, they didn't.
I just wanted to get you there.
Yeah.
At the Marvel booth. And I picked it up just as bad as I remember.
I could never get into Thor.
No, it was bad. Downright bad. And it was like an origin story, like how this guy became Thor. And it was a remake of the original Thor book, which was like an...
Did he have the helmet with the wings on it?
I don't remember. Because he only shows up in like one fucking panel, basically.
Yeah.
And there's these stone guys that he fights. I don't even fucking know. It was terrible.
Yeah.
I hate Thor.
I've never really liked Thor. Thor's crazy powerful. He's cool in a fight. But as a character, really not that compelling to me.
He's one-dimensional.
But
it sounds like he's written by Orson Scott Card.
Ultimate... Oh, you bastard. Ultimate Thor is a little more interesting.
Speaking of Ultimate, someone corrected you on something you had said. I don't remember whether it was Thor or one of the other comic characters, but they're like, Adam knows that particular point he argued was only in the Ultimate edition.
Well, I probably did know that, but
it doesn't matter, people.
I look at... See, for me... Because I like the Ultimates so much more than I like the original comics.
That's your character.
Those are my real
character.
Yeah, that's canon for me, kind of. I know it shouldn't be, but come on, read Ultimate X-Men. That is good.
We got down this path from video games.
You were talking about video games?
You were like, what video games have you played? And I said, well, expansion, and then we got Paladins, and then the Paladin to the D&D.
Oh, yeah, we did, didn't we? That was a little weird.
So the new WoW expansion...
Okay, yeah, that's what
anything else, or WoW patch, I should say. Anything else I've been playing that's new? No, I have a prototype upstairs that I haven't opened. But I'm looking forward to 2 weeks when the Rock Band 3, Force Unleashed, and Fable 3 come out.
Fable
that's
3
gonna be death.
Looks really good.
As long as they didn't fuck it up. If it's Fable 2 reskinned with a new story, I'll be happy.
I don't think it's like Fable 2.
Think it's worse?
No, I think from the teaser trailers I've seen and from the commercials, it looks amazing. It looks really, really, really good. But I'm getting the feeling that there's an overall arc to the story.
There was an overall arc in the second one too.
What was the overall arc?
You had to kill the guy.
What guy?
The guy who not banished you but made you homeless.
Oh, okay, yeah. This one it seems like the overall arc has something to do with a revolution. I haven't.
I'm cool. I'm fine with that as long as the gameplay. They didn't fuck it up.
Oh, the gameplay.
Yeah,
I thought you meant I focus on the story a little more.
I know the story's gonna be fine.
Yeah, I don't know I haven't heard.
I'm really looking forward to the story in Rock Band 3. I will tell you what.
I've been playing Dead Rising 2.
I haven't checked that out.
It's, here's the trick. Anybody out there who's thinking about playing it, just don't do the missions. Don't do the missions. They're fucking frustrating because you have to save people, right? And I'm sorry, but until we can actually develop artificial intelligence, I don't want to have to be involved with any people that have to follow me. Because it never works, and they always run into the zombies. And the thing is, they run into the zombies, you have to go beat up the zombies, but there's no way to hit the zombies without hitting them too. And if you hit them too many times, they start
die.
Attacking you.
Oh, no.
They start attacking you, and you have to kill them.
I hate the games when they die.
Yeah.
Just because that dumbass walked into your sword swing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's no way to make it so you can't hurt them.
Or tell them, just stand there.
Stand there. You can tell them, follow me.
Is what you can tell them. To stay?
I don't believe so.
What's the point of follow me?
Well, you just have to keep running. You don't understand. There's so many zombies. You can't stop. But the thing is, you can pick them up. So the other tip I'd give people is, if you really want to save people, Just pick up one of them and fuck the rest. And just keep running. You'll get one person back to the base.
So cover the face. Fuck the base?
Fuck the rest.
Oh.
Fuck everybody else.
I
Let
totally
them get eaten.
misheard. I was staring at the wall.
Also, the daughter. You have to try and save the daughter. I've basically given up on everything. I just run around killing zombies and making weapons.
Are you having fun, though?
Oh, I'm having a blast with that.
Right.
Once I was screaming for a day straight trying to do the missions until I realized I don't have to do the missions.
You don't care?
I don't care about the missions.
Yeah, I get that.
And I got a little tip. The gems plus the flashlight equals lightsaber. You can make a lightsaber. It's sweet.
It's not a lightsaber, though. Just to be clear,
no, it's a light
George
sword.
Lucas's patent or copyright lawyers are.
I think it's a light sword or a laser sword.
Labor sword.
It's
a sword that makes women go into labor.
In the right circumstances, that could be useful.
Not really.
No, you don't know. You know.
I'm pretty sure I know.
Well, you never met a woman who's like 10 months pregnant and she's just dying to have a kid.
No, she needs to suffer.
That's weird.
I know. I don't know why I said that.
They actually say sex is the best thing.
Any other games
about sex with pregnant women?
No.
Oh,
that you're playing.
Oh, that makes more sense.
I need to get Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions.
Oh,
you haven't tried it, have you?
No, me either. Because I'm still waiting for GameFly.
I know, me too. That was my problem. I may just suck it up and buy it.
I really don't want to. I don't want to have to spend the money.
I don't either. But someone said
comics.
It's by far the best Spider-Man game ever. There was a really good one. The web-swinging one.
The Shattered Dimension. They're not Shattered Dimension. Sorry.
Forget the name of Web of...
Spider-Man Web of Shadows?
Maybe.
Friend or Foe?
I don't know, but it was PS2 or PS3, early PS3. But
the PS3 one, I think, is...
Where you're swinging through the city.
I think it's Web of Shadows.
Have really good web swinging.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, so this one's apparently better. They said the story, but the gameplay is cool.
Yeah.
So now I want it, because I was kind of... You read some of the reviews, reviewers can be assholes. But...
Mm-hmm.
God damn it.
I really want to.
I don't want to spend that much money.
I saw a little teaser on G4 for the new Captain America game. It's supposed to be out in
Okay, you lost me.
2011. Because the movie's coming out soon.
Captain Canada?
Captain America.
Wait.
There is no Captain Canada.
Yeah, there is.
What, the guy in Alpha Flight?
No, you got to read the books.
Okay. Okay.
In Captain Canada, no, they just changed the name, and they put a maple leaf on the shield.
Well, yeah,
but it's the same storyline.
Anyway,
I mean, the Canadians didn't like the Russians any better, so it kind of works.
Canadians don't have any political affiliation.
Oh, bullshit! They don't. They just want to be French.
I'm gonna say no to that. Anyway,
anything else?
My problem with the Captain America video game from the trailer I saw was he's dressed like old Captain America, which doesn't look good anymore. It looks like an attempt at a superhero costume.
You have not seen that Captain America versus Triple X video we did, the final cut.
No, I didn't see the final cut.
I used the 1970s era Captain America TV show. You'd be surprised how hard it is to find footage of Captain America.
The Captain America TV show? Are you talking about the Captain America movie?
Yeah, it might have been the movie.
It was the movie. There was never a TV show. It was 1983.
Was it that late?
I believe, yes.
His footage looks definitely younger than that.
It's really bad.
But, yeah, other than the game, like Marvel vs. Capcom, like you can't find Captain America footage.
Well,
so I figured I'd go with the camp because it was kind of at least funny to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, Captain America, it's hard to get people really into Captain America.
Bullshit.
What do you mean bullshit?
You're right. I can't get into it. Until I read Winter Soldier. Yeah. You should read Winter Soldier because it's really fucking good.
Well, see, and that's the point. It's because Captain America, first off, his name's Captain America, which doesn't help him, right?
In foreign countries.
For new readers. Well, I'm a 12-year-old kid. What do I want to read? Captain America? He sounds like my dad.
I guess. No, he doesn't.
Well, yeah.
Doesn't sound like either of our dads.
Well, he sounds like a Republican superhero,
I guess.
And then you have his costume's kind of weird looking, you know. For some reason he has scales.
His only weapon's a shield.
Which
is a defensive weapon.
And so even though I like Captain America, it is hard for people to get into Captain America.
And it's dumb.
And he's easy to make look ridiculous.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. His costume's red, white, and blue. He wears a fucking flag, you know?
And a shield.
And he has a shield. And he has wings on his head.
The wings are what makes it.
Because Ultimate Captain America doesn't have those wings. He looks like a badass.
But then he's just a dude in spandex.
No, he's not wearing spandex. It's leather. It's leather with some body armor under it. He has the mask. You can see the seams. It looks really good. He wears a helmet sometimes. Makes sense. Seems like he should be wearing a helmet. You know?
Yeah, kids always wear a helmet when you're doing superhero duty.
There's a reason soldiers wear helmets.
But they're soldiers. They're not fucking superheroes.
Yeah, well,
Captain America is so fast with the shield, shouldn't need a helmet.
Yeah, that's like saying, well, I'm really good at pulling out. I won't wear a condom. Well, you never know when a mistake's going to happen. Why don't you wear that rubber?
No, I trust my reflexes.
I've seen your reflexes. Yeah, no. All right. They're slow.
That's all we got to talk about, though.
Well, yeah, that's all I had to talk about.
I forgot to, on the last podcast, mention the email address.
Oh, we should do the email address.
What is it?
You send us our emails at wackygamer.com.
No, you're retarded. Come on.
What's the email? I always forget.
Podcast at wackygamer.com.
See, I always forget the podcast part.
Podcast at wackygamer.com. And you can go, by the way, I hooked up facebook.wackygamer.com. I'll take it right to our Facebook fan page, and you can sign up, and we put announcements when we put videos and podcasts.
And pornographic pictures.
And Adam doesn't read any of it, if you're wondering. If you're sending email expecting Adam to read it, and it's positive for Adam, he's never going to see it.
That's true. Jeff only shows me the bad ones.
Yeah, like, look, they're calling you a dumbass for shaving.
Yeah.
Those are pretty good.
Nobody complimented me on the...
Not a single person. Everyone was like, really? What the fuck happened to Adam?
Because everybody in my real life was like, you look so much better without a beard. You should never grow that beard back.
No, people thought you looked weird.
That's odd.
But you were also dressed in a suit, which might have been... It might have been the combo.
The suit clean face com?
Yeah. All right. Anyway, have fun, guys.
All right.
Peace. Guys.
All right.
Peace. Guys.
All right.
Peace. Guys.
All right.
Peace. Guys.
All right.
Peace.